if you wake up to a narcissist, they will ghost you just to punish you. And the reason why I say this is because while you in the dark and while you accepting and you thinking that maybe they'll change and they'll treat you different, and maybe if you give a little bit, be quiet, because of course they don't like for you to talk too much, they want to do all the talking rather. So you shrink yourself a little bit, and you're thinking about the good times you guys had and everything like that, and able to just control you in a lot of ways, right? So then the moment you wake up and you realize and say, you know what, no, this is not even worth it no more, I don't even have no peace no more, I'm sad. I'm always going on a roller coaster. I'm crying. It's not really much that I'd be happy about. And if you really notice that a lot of your pain, a lot of your issues come from that narcissist, because you got to stay asleep. You got to stay like you're broken. You got to stay like you don't know in order for them to even love you or even try to give you any type of respect. But they don't respect the broken. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to learn nothing. They don't want you to do anything. And I wouldn't even say respect the broken, because they don't respect anyone unless it's themselves. They only care about their own feelings. They only care about their own thoughts. They only care about their own well-being. They only care about their own financial, their bills, what they got going on. They don't care about nobody else's bills, nobody else's problems, nobody else at all. I will say that, as soon as you wake up, they will ghost you. They will leave you alone. They'll disappear, because that's like how they punish you, right? Because you should be asleep. You should be broken. You should be, just stay on the ground and, never learn and always just want them, because they always think you're going to want them anyway. So, but the moment they lose control and everything like that, and you just seem to wake up, boom, they'll just ghost you. They'll just leave you alone. They'll disappear. Actually, they really won't leave you alone. They'll just sit back and they'll pretend to leave you alone, right? They'll act like, they ain't calling you no more. They ain't texting you no more. They ain't reaching out to you no more. And you're sitting up there like, dang, did that even matter? Did they even love me? Dang, I mean, we just spent this time in together, and they just act like I was not nothing. Actually, it's a strategy that the narcissists always use. They want to see you suffer. They want to punish you for getting strong, right? Or for waking up. So they'll pretend to disappear, right? So then when they feel like, oh, okay, well, I think they suffered long enough, let me pop back up, right? So normally when they normally pop back up, it's really when you start to heal. And if you ever notice, like soon as you start healing, boom, there they go. You're like, wait a minute, I ain't heard from you like in weeks or even sometimes months. Like, okay, now I'm starting to feel good again. Now I'm starting to, get my self-esteem back up. I'm starting to really kind of like be happy again. And then here you go with this nonsense, right? You pop up, you all in my head, you all in my ear. Now you're so charming. And now they're doing the things that you never thought that they would do. And everything that you've been telling them to do and everything like that. Don't fall for it, guys. It's a trap. It's a straight trap. It's just to get you right back down to where you were before, because they know that. See, one thing about a narcissist, they know who's good and who's not. So what they do is they prey on people with empathy, right? That's why they love empaths, because empaths are the ones that have empathy and see people for who they really are. And maybe they don't, maybe they rough around the edges, but they see good in them. So if you're an empath or whatever whatnot, they're going to see good in you. So therefore it's like, okay, they will never choose someone just like them. They won't. I mean, and I've never seen a narcissist choose another narcissist, because they don't work. It don't work. They cannot control each other. So it doesn't work. So they go choose someone that have a heart, that, that's spiritual, got spiritual divineness, and, go to church, or, even if you just got a good heart. I mean, you may not even, go to church or anything like that. You might just have a good heart and just want to help people. And they just take advantage of your goodness, your kindness. So therefore, yeah, they choose those type of people to go after. They sit back and they study you. They study the people who they want to deal with, right? So don't think a narcissist just is with you because they just like, oh my goodness, okay, it was just faith. No, they sat back and they studied you. They studied to see what they can get away with. And they know if you got that heart that they're looking for, wow, it is easy to manipulate, because you got that good, kind heart. But the moment you wake up, they ghost you, they punish you. They're like, okay, well, you know what? They're going to be waiting on me again, to come back. And then when I come back, I'm going to be charming and, lovable and do everything they want me to do. It's like a cycle, right? They'll keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again until you put your foot down and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to not contact you. Don't contact me. And you could tell them to stop calling you. You could tell them stop calling you. Don't contact you. Hey, leave me alone. Don't you know they'll say, okay. And then they'll call you back. They'll still contact you. And then the minute they'll say, oh, I just thought that you was just mad. You know, I was just giving you some time to cool off. Dude, stop calling me. So that's because they don't respect your boundaries. They just think that you're a joke, and they think that you'll never leave them or leave them alone or anything like that. So I'm just saying, guys, leave them alone. I mean, just leave them alone. Leave them in their own misery, because misery love company. And one thing about a narcissist, they're not even happy with them. They are sad people that really need to do some work and really need to go to therapy. So yeah, if you wake up to a narcissist, like I said, they will ghost you just to punish you. So just understand, don't believe the hype, don't believe the games when they try to come back crawling and everything like that, because like I said, it is a false disappearing. It's just to try to wind you down. You see what I'm saying? Just to wind you down, just so that way they could keep playing their games over and over and over again, to pretend that they're punishing you so you could hurt, so you could feel like, oh my goodness, they then disappeared, and I can't believe that they would do this to me, and I thought that they loved me, and we had a connection, and even though they weren't all that great, but at least I had a connection. Listen, having no connection is better than having no peace. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Please like and subscribe if this resonated to you, and please just share it. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Bye. Jesus love you too. I forgot to say that. Jesus love you.